We said that not too long ago, there was a matter of public concern or maybe even public importance. I think it was the issue of disrespect, power, maybe even the craze for it, uh, standing your ground for what is right, and also believing that your point of view is the correct one. And this is not far away from what happened with the FCT minister presently serving and a young military officer. It shows where regimented life or military kind of leadership strategies and political appointments, even though they both serve the same personality or the same institution, which is the presidency, yet we see a major confrontation that arose based on maybe an order that was given to this young officer and also the constitutional requirement of the minister of the FCT to kind of defend and also to uphold the integrity of the office whom he serves at the pleasure of the president. So both of them serve the same institution. However, this confrontation, displays an ugly side of a true reality when there is no proper delineation of responsibility and powers and privileges and rights. There could be room for abuse, and this is one of the things that we see happen in our society: the miscarriage of not just authority but the miscarriage of leadership, where people do not respect the lines that exist, the failure of the both parties to recognize the fact that they serve the same interests, that is the presidency and the people, is the number one failure when we look at this whole debacle that played out in the past few days. And what this technically means is that two wrongs cannot make a right. The minister, did his own part of it, and also the officer did his own part of it. At the end of the day, we are all, displeased by what happened and the huge disgrace that they both, provided the international community and the local community. At least something for tongues to wag, to wag about within the next few days. Yeah, I think it's something wonderful to see that confrontation. However, it also bets itself to something even more, a little bit more, should I say realistic, something more critical. And what that bets is the fact that we've all got to recognize whatsoever powers you have has a limit. And we all got to recognize that there must be proper communication across board, both, across board, I mean, in the terms of leadership. And then to understand that a simple back door, okay, let's discuss this later. Okay, just something small would have saved all of us the embarrassment and the miscarriage, and the displacement of priorities that we saw play out in that video. And of course, to make matters even worse, is the fact that the minister, maybe I don't know what happened or who spooked him or whatsoever. And then we hear that Abuja Geographical Information System staff can no longer carry phones to their offices or to for public activities like that. Maybe it's the fact that, who knows, maybe the minister have plans for more, or maybe just to be able to protect the integrity of the office that he occupies. But in any case, and whatsoever the situation must be, we must realize as a people that we are now in a democratic setting. The military should recognize that this is now democracy. And those in the democratic office should also recognize that there's a level of prestige that we all need to protect, or else our democratic experience and experiment may just see to not really stand. We know that as a nation, as a people, we owe the military a lot, all the sacrifices that have been made and all of that. However, the military should also recognize that there are delineations. You are now operating in a no longer in a military ruled government where the presidency is a military or is in the military, but now you have a democratic, a political system, and that political system, is still, sorry in case I don't know, is still teething, still trying to find its feet, still trying to know where the rules are and where the lines are drawn. And I think this was a joke taken too far. So the both parties involved should find a way of resolving this matter amicably. Even though it has been resolved to a large extent, but two wrongs, again, like I said earlier, does not make a right. So both the military have their own corrections to make in their own way, and also the politicians in Nigeria right now also have their own rights, their own corrections to make. So what I'm trying to say is that everybody was wrong in one way or the other. Everybody was wrong. So the correction should be both ways. The minister should take his corrections, and also the military officer should take his correction. But going forward, there should be a way that issues like this can be resolved without, providing all the public drama we saw. I believe the minister have enough people under him to be able to delegate. Okay, I've seen this happen somewhere. Find out what's happening. Bring it to my office or whatsoever. And I believe the military guys also know what to do. We all know the bureaucratic channels and the scalar chains. We should be able to follow them, to project ourselves in a very good light. We love the FCT. We love what the minister is doing. We love what the military is doing for us. We salute their courage every day. However, something like this should not be allowed to happen again. And that's the essence of democracy. We make mistakes, we learn, and then we move forward. And somebody rightly said, he said, leadership is being able to make your own mistakes and to take correction from them. And I believe that this will provide a very wonderful platform. So thank you for being a part of it. I want to hear what you know, what you think, what you believe. Maybe something I said that you believe should have been said properly, better. Just drop it in the comment and just know this. I will always go through that to see what you're thinking. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next clip.